We do assess that the breach on the Capitol could inspire others to act, if that's what you're asking, sir.
I agree. Anytime an adversary is successful, others pay attention, and so we're worried that this would be an inspiration.
I agree with that.
I agree as well, sir.
That was the exchange freshman Senator Alex Padilla had with law enforcement officials yesterday about domestic extremism displayed during the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Joining us now, member of the Judiciary Committee, Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut. Thank you so much for coming back on the show, Senator. Tell us about the No Hate Act and how it could help in preventing future attacks like the one we endured on January 6th.
Thanks for having me, Mika. The No Hate Act essentially would enable better reporting of hate crimes. We've seen a surge in violent extremism and domestic terrorism over recent years. We need to know more about it to counter it. And we may need other new tools, but very important to stress that law enforcement already has some very effective tools in prohibitions against illegal firearms, rioting, conspiracy, and the FBI and other law enforcement has to make it a priority to fight domestic terrorism that we've seen in a kind of through line from Charlottesville to the Tree of Life to the January 6th insurrection. And the No Hate Act essentially is a tool that would require more information to be provided and additional penalty against the kind of surge in hate crimes, particularly against, more recently, Asian Americans, which is so alarming.
Senator Blumenthal, Al Sharpton, the Hate Act coming at a time where we're seeing the spike in attacks against Asian Americans, and as you said, we've seen them historically with blacks and Jews. Do you think that your colleagues are prepared to really take on this act? Because we are seeing not a decrease but an increase, and it was heightened by the outright white supremacist insurrectionists that stormed the Capitol on January 6th. If nothing brought that message home to your colleagues, that should have.
Great question, Reverend. I really think that my colleagues can unite around a common sense measure like the No Hate Act. You know, the most recent statistics not only show an alarming rise in hate crimes, but vast underreporting of them, which is in some ways equally alarming. We need to know more, and I think Republicans and Democrats ought to come together about it. But I also think we need to denounce colleagues who endorse the conspiracy theories that inspire and fuel those hate crimes. Conspiracy theories of the QAnon, for example, which the President of the United States, former president, and members of Congress have endorsed. And I called on the director of the FBI, Christopher Wray, to denounce that kind of endorsement by public officials. And I was very disappointed that he seemed to confer legitimacy on those conspiracy theories and the public officials who endorse them by treating them as just another political party. And I think the No Hate Act gives my Republican colleagues a real opportunity to come together and say, we will not tolerate hate crimes or vicious virus of domestic terrorism in this country.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.